So welcome to the intro series that I'm trying to start and help new people and people who are already playing but still feel like they need that little bit of oomph or tip on how to improve their game in any MOBA type or play style. Now, granted, over the decade or years, however long this has been happening, developers and people have been tagging the word MOBA, over games that aren't actually what they initially grew up to be. A little background story about MOBAs is that they started back in StarCraft. They became a custom mod game from StarCraft, and they jumped to Warcraft, which led to the creation of Aeon of Strife, and then which led to the actual creation of Dota, Defense of the Agents, which then spawned a whole slew of other, mobile-like games. But Dota was really the only one that actually took off because it was made by Ice Frog and Ginzo Scythe, I believe. And once that happened, like, okay, we're gonna make this into a game. So they both ended up splitting, went their separate ways. Ginzo went to go work for Riot Games and help them make League of Legends. Get Ice Frog went to go work for Valve and help them recreate a sequel to Dota, hence Dota 2. Now, with all that being said, that's just how mobile. That's where they started from, and that's what everybody associates with. Well, not everybody, but the general public associates the word MOBA with those kind of games. League, Heroes, Dota, Smite, Paragon. A game with as many lanes as possible. A progressive lane, where you go up with minions and you take down towers and forts and walls and whatever, and you inevitably take down a core. Now, over the years, devs have incorporated and stretched the term MOBA, because they're piggybacking off of the word because they know if it has the word MMORPG or MOBA attached to it, people are more likely to pay attention to it. So they stretch the word MOBA to its just till it's about ready to pop and actually start trying to change the actual game mode and what MOBA actually is. So people are starting to say, like, people would say that Overwatch is a MOBA, or Paladins or Lawbreakers, or this new game called Breakaway that's coming out. People are starting to really get really loose with the term MOBA. It's not what you used to. It's not what you grew up with or what I grew up with nowadays. So, but and personally, I will never call something that's not like Heroes or League a MOBA. I don't care if people want to label their game as a MOBA and it's not what I believe is a MOBA. I'm not going to call it a MOBA, but I just want to get that out of the way. What these tips refer to, I'm sure they could probably help in those other games, but those other games don't have minions. So the tips that we're mostly going to cover here revolve around camps, comps, minions, damage reduction, counter, stuff like that. Most of them can probably be applied to other games like Overwatch and shit like that, but for the most part, these are going to be mostly what's the fucking word? Assigned to these type of MOBAs. So with that being said, let's start.